Welcome, creative friends. Edna Edie here from The Creativity Activist. Continuing on with my What Did I Buy When I Was in America series. And this collection of packages was waiting for me at my pen pal Amy's place when I arrived to see her in Iowa. Lots of strategy behind what was I going to buy and have it sent to Amy. I really focused on things that are either not shipped to Australia or the company's shipping policies just make it impossible to justify the shipping expenditure. And I had a great time. The one thing I will say is I actually had my Heidi Swapp stamps just sent to Australia because they charge $1. So I didn't think it was worth having it sent to Amy's, tracking it to there, and then having to carry it home. These ticket stamps came out as I was going through my what was I going to buy ahead of time, thinking, and I absolutely love these. Love her stamps, excellent quality photopolymer. I have way too many. I need to use them more. But yeah, so the tickets and then the add-ons to jazz up the tickets came my way. I actually even got those before I left. And the other thing I had sent directly to me because the shipping difference was $1. So I thought that wasn't worth having sent to Amy's. But I did get the travel kit from Ali Edwards, which I generally get this kit once every year or two. Has some black and white washies in there, and then a whole lot of travel themed ephemera. She has great ephemera. These little circles come out of those map holders, and I'm not going to unwrap all of this because I'm sure people will have seen these types of unboxings from her because this is now a few months old, but just can't go past her travel stuff's right on theme for me. It's generally pretty neutral, some colours thrown in there, but not a specific colour scheme that is going to clash with other things that I might include. So lots of little labels and sentiments. She has some little plastic sayings. Yes, I want to see all the things and many more. Little travel ephemera pack. She's always got some words going on. These are gold on olive. Not sure I love that. So we'll see how I go using those. And then some white letters, some black and white labels. She always has 4x6 cards, but many of them you can cut in half. Really good for prompts for your travel journal. She had some acetate shapes in this kit, which I really love the idea of. Some chipboard frames, which were one of the reasons I bought it. And not sure, oh, here we go. There's this one other little thing, which are these plastic shapes. I'll just take a few out so you get a feel, but you get like, I don't know how many, 50 or so. But they're all just little things that you can use across your travel journals. And as I said, I really love her choices of colour for the travel kits in particular because they generally can be used across all of your travel documenting. So I was really, really happy to finally make a decision and just get that sent to me. And then these are the things that I had sent to Amy's as well. Oh man, I was so happy they were waiting for me. The Stamp Market. One of my all-time favourite companies. I love this woman's work. And yeah, her shipping is out of this world. So here we go, the few things that I allowed myself to get. And I did wait for whatever it was. I think it might have been the September release to happen, which I think some of these things are from, and then I ordered as soon as that release came. So spiral bound dies, which I'm planning on using on not only journals, but some cards. Absolutely loved this oval with the different types of textures across the layered ovals that will come. Totally obsessed with these confetti dies. These ones are all things flowers. And then these are love and confetti, so love words and then the hearts. Obsessed with this butterfly. Go and have a look at it online if you haven't. Butterfly and botanicals, and there was a smaller version of it, so I had to get that as well. And then I really loved these wild blooms. Huge, but look really great. And then I absolutely was dying to get my hands on a Simply Script sentiment set. So I chose this one because it had enjoy in there, which is one of my favourite words, of course, and things that I could generally use. I love using hay, and I treated myself and got the matching dies. And then my bow obsession continues. I got this bow set and then the matching dies for that. So I was very, 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 can't tell you how happy I was to have an order from the stamp market. And then I also ordered from Cartwright Sequins, mainly because I'm totally obsessed with these black and white sequins. So these are white with black dots and these are black with white dots. And I just can't get them anywhere in Australia. So I thought if I'm going to do pre-ordering, here's a little look at some of them. I'm going to include Cartwright sequins, and interestingly enough, I thought it'd be interesting to see if their quality's any different to what you buy elsewhere, and it absolutely is. The quality's out of this world. And so while I was there, I did treat myself to some of these little flat back sequins as well. So a buttery cream, a pastel mix, a yellow, a foiled white, and 2 shades of pink. So that was fun. And this one here, I nipped the side to take the air out of it to get it home. But I've stuffed it in this, the Great Plains Sauce and Dough Company refill cup, which I got from Ames when I was visiting Amy. And yeah, she insisted that I have one of those cups. And so I've brought it all the way home. Didn't actually hold the sequins on the way home. It held all sorts of other precious things, but nice memory to have that. And then the last 2 orders in the creative pile, because there were other piles as well, were art foamies, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. I find these quite expensive really for what they are, but obviously there's some process in bringing them to light that makes them expensive, but also the shipping is more than the things cost themselves. So I had 1 order from Art Foamies, the company, and 1 order from Megan Quinlan, who designs and develops her own art foamies. So also from Megan Quinlan, I got some little stencils. She has quite whimsical characters in most of her work, like a penguin and a fox, I think that is. Or it might not be a fox, but anyway. A wolf and a bunny and a mushroom. And then a mushroom and a big botanical. So I really love that set, so I decided that was coming home with me. And then these are 2 of the other whimsical characters, but in the art foamies. They are going to be pretty hard to see, but I thought you might like a sticky beak. So this is like a bird of some description, and this is a fox with botanicals and little things all over it. And then literally I also waited for her last release before I ordered from her. So pleased I did, because one of my favourite things came to life, which are these frames. So 1, 2 frames and then the foam in beneath to hold them together, in between, sorry. Absolutely loved these, like so excited. Can't tell you how excited I was. And then 2 more sets of frames there. So I'm very, very excited to get these going in my art journals, and yeah, I might be using the frames on some cards and things. And then directly from Art Foamies themselves, I had to be very restrained, but I focused on girl images. As many of you will know, I collect girl images. And these are art foamies that were made in collaboration with artists who participated in photo school. And there's a whole photo school movement. Look it up if you haven't heard of it. But I really, really loved these. I did think they'd all come in this size. This was the one that I looked at the size of. Obviously, I didn't look at the size of the other ones. Not that I'm disappointed, but they're just much bigger than I anticipated. So this one here is from Lisa Young. I love this particular image. So it's like a silhouette with a botanical in it. And then the matching botanicals came with that one as well. And then this here is one of my all-time favourite artists called Penny Stamper, and this is one of her girl images, and she gave you the option of the additional wings there. So happy with that. I just can't believe how big it is. Still going to find a way to use it. And then this here is a collaboration between two artists, Megan Quinlan and KP Art. And they've brought out a whole series of like calendar girls from different countries. So these are the ones that I decided had to come to my place. Could have bought the whole kit and caboodle. One of them has a little dog, one of them has a little cloud, moon and stars, and a couple of little sentiments with that set as well. So my art foamy heart and bucket is full again until I pine for them at the next release that comes out. But for now, I'm gloriously happy. Thank you, Amy, for dutifully allowing me to send you endless amounts of packages, tracking them for me, and filling up my OCD heart and telling me when they arrived. So happy to get there. She had them all set up for me, had a big opening party. It was the real deal, people. I totally enjoyed myself. I hope you've liked a look into my purchasing habits and that you're having a creative day today. Enjoy.